It's Western Athletic Conference basketball, and it's here on ESPN+. We've got a pair of 2-0 teams here in the early season and a former WAC matchup tonight. UT Rio Grande Valley and the ACU Wildcats as we welcome you inside Moody Coliseum here on the campus of Abilene Christian University. Andy Penny alongside Roman Raffelli. And Roman, hey, the first 7 days were good for both of these teams, Utrgv and ACU. The Wildcats finish up a 3-game homestand. RGV on the road for the first time.
Yeah, big one for the Wildcats, staying in Moody Coliseum, looking to go 3-0 before hitting the road. And these two teams, very familiar, both in the Southland and in the WAC this time. A non-conference matchup, but always competitive.
Good first week. They'll try to do it here in week number 2. As we look at our impact players, Roman, we anticipate a game on the inside tonight. We look at our bigs, Meredith Mays, Charlotte O'Keefe. They'll both have to be big for their teams tonight.
I mean, the stat jumping off the page is Meredith Mays shooting 80% from the field. She had a fantastic stretch to end last season of just really effective shooting. And for O'Keefe, a strong presence inside, really just the foundation of this ball club. She's going to pose a lot of challenges for this AC defense.
Second in the country with 14.5 rebounds, 2 games in. Hey, we will be courtside here at half court, but we also have the third member of our team. She is courtside as well. It's Madison O'Shields. Hey, Madison.
Hey guys, the Wildcats have been on quite a roll lately against Texas teams. Dating back to February 27th, ACU has won 4 straight games versus in-state opponents. Last season, they took down UT Arlington and Tarleton State, and this season, they've continued their streak with wins over Howard Payne and Incarnate Word. We'll see if they can continue that run here tonight versus the 2 Vaqueros. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Madison. The Wildcats, each of their first 5 games are against teams from the Lone Star State. Utrgv, their first 9 are against teams from Texas. That's the beautiful thing about the WAC and the Southland. A lot of quality non-conference competition to play in November and December, and that's what we'll do tonight. The 2-0 Vaqueros, the 2-0 Wildcats. ACU comes in averaging 86 a game. Utrgv at 87. We anticipate a lot of points on the scoreboard tonight. There's our impact players, O'Keefe and Mays in the center circle. RGV will get the opening possession, their first road game here of the year. O'Keefe, her first touch, she'll kick into the corner. And our first shot at 3, it's Erin McGuire, the 5'7" junior.
And that's exactly what they need from Charlotte O'Keefe here tonight. If she can facilitate and have a presence herself inside, it's going to be a really good recipe.
Mays a touch on the inside, left it off the rim. So you get a look at the starters there. Woodson, Davis, as well as Hull, Mays, and Troxel. This one tapped out of bounds. Each team has already surpassed 100 on the scoring column. Utrgv with 110. And ACU with 103. So look at McGuire, O'Keefe, Hune, Ingram, and Brown, the starters for Lane Lord and the Vaqueros. Another kick out, another look, McGuire. This one off the mark. It's a high-low type of look for RGV. That's what Julie Goodenough in the scouting report said. They'll work it high, they'll get it inside. Here's Emma Troxel, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, her first 2.
Yeah, great shot there, great look, and great find from the Wildcats there as well. Troxel, really good game against Incarnate Word, good opener against Howard Payne. Need her to be huge for this team, especially what they build with so many great juniors, a really strong junior class. She's a big piece of that.
Foul here on Peyton Hull, the junior. There's a look at Emma Troxel, leading scorer and rebounder thus far, 2 games in, 15.5 points a game, 7.5 rebounds. Julie Goodenough said she was absolutely dominant last week in those first 2 games. Jalea Ingram, the transfer, the JUCO transfer. Chance to run for ACU. Hull by herself, lost the dribble. It's stripped out of her hands. Hune will come up with the loose ball.
And probably a possession there they'd like to have back. Just slow it down so you don't really have the numbers of the advantage on the breakaway.
There's a high-low and a foul call here on Bree Davis. A little bit of a mismatch. Brown at 6 foot. Davis stands at 5'6". RGV in that high-low tried to take advantage. Davis picks up the foul. RGV, a longtime member of the WAC. This is their 2nd year in the Southland. A whistle here and a travel on the inside. Extra step for Brown. Made the transition back to the Southland. Longtime member of the WAC, again from 2013 to 2024. ACU joined them in the WAC in 2021, but RGV back to the Southland again, their second year. Davis with space downhill. Good defense there by McGuire and a chance to run for the Vaqueros. O'Keefe a look at a three. Bottom of the net, it's the long distance shot thus far for RGV. They've got a 6-2 lead.
Yeah, it's a great job working in transition from UTRGV there. They had a physical play. Bree Davis wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Immediately come down, see what they've got. Had a mismatch at the top, and there you go, setting one down.
All right side, blocked by O'Keefe. Ingram to lead the break. Good start for the visitor thus far. Ingram, the transfer from McLennan Community College, lost the dribble. Hull in transition again. This time Ingram will poke it out. The Wildcats will have it on the baseline.
And we talked about the matchup between Mays and O'Keefe here. I'm really excited to see this matchup between Peyton Hull and Jalea Ingram there. They're going at it, very similar styles between those two. It should be really, really physical and competitive with them all night long.
Even wear the same number, number 10. Hull with space. Left it short top of the key. Peyton's been cold from three to start the year. Just 3 of her first, now 19 from deep. That'll come around, just give that time. Still averaging 15 a game. She finds a way to find the rim. There's a deflection by Woodson into the hands of Davis. Woodson will work on O'Keefe. And whistle and contact there. A little bit of a lean on O'Keefe as Woodson drove to the bucket, and Charlotte has her first.
A nice foul draw there from the Wildcats. You obviously want to go right at the weakness in the defense there, but hey, if you go right at the star player in O'Keefe there as well, get her in some foul trouble early, really open up that inside, you can start to hammer it home with Troxel and Mays.
Let's see our first substitution for RGV, Kayla Lorenz, a 6'1 sophomore. Whereas number 2 is checked in. Again, both teams have eclipsed 100 points already. RGV with 110 versus Arlington Baptist. That's their last game out. ACU hit 103 versus Howard Payne in the season opener last Monday. Davis on the drive, has it poked away, and another turnover. Well, the length of RGV is impressive here in the first few minutes.
And really bearing down on Bree Davis. They're making it tough for her to run the point.
Brown, a good catch. Kicked it into the corner, deflected out again. Wildcats 2 games in have forced 62 turnovers, 31 a game. They're plus 20.5 here in the early season in the turnover margin. Too high screen here, top of the key for Ingram. McGuire asks for a screen. O'Keefe with 3 on the clock. Back to McGuire. And Mays aboard. That's a key tonight. 1 and done. Defensive rebounds for ACU. Mays cleans that one. Troxel with space. Collects. Too strong.
That was a great find. Low block from Aaron Woodson. Just couldn't finish it.
I think the size of RGV has certainly distracted ACU offensively here in the early going.
I think it's the biggest size matchup they've really seen so far this season. A true test, especially in the physical category.
Shot fake Lorenz. Floater is up and good. Rolls around. Kayla Lorenz off to a nice start. 14 points a game coming off the bench. Had 7 threes versus Arlington Baptist their last game out. She's a shooter. Finds a way to put it on the deck. Backdoor cut. This one knocked out. Wildcats with 17 on the clock. Here's another look. Kayla Lorenz on the floater.
Yeah, really nice shot here. Was able to put a really nice pump fake up, get Bree Davis to crash on that, and then fight through that physicality, drive, and float it up. That's excellent awareness and really just a slow approach to the game.
Natalia Chavez, Jasmine Stone, their first appearance for the Wildcats. Stone number 15, Chavez number 2. Mays with the right hand. with the dribble, finishes with the left hand. As she worked there on Riley Whitehair, 6'2 freshman who had just checked in, number 34. So Chaslyn Detter, number 5, lost the dribble. This is where the Wildcats will be effective here if they can get out and run. Chavez with space, right side. And got the Moody Coliseum bounce.
Great transition 3 there, great transition fine. That's why this Wildcat team can be so deadly when they force a turnover and then get a 3 up. That's exactly what Coach Goodenough wants to do. Makes them really, really dangerous.
Chavez is hot from 3 to start her season. 3 of her first 4 now. The last 5 have gone to the home team. McGuire downhill. Finds his way to Ingram. McGuire right side, too strong. RGV's offense has been drive and kick thus far. McGuire just missed the shot.
Really trying to work inside out. It's been effective so far.
Too strong this time. Offensive board, Mays. The Wildcats will reset. As both teams start to settle in, catch their second win. Chavez, another look. Hit it again.
Just a great look there from Chavez. She's thrown up 3 in just a couple of minutes of being in the ball game. She's hit 2 of them. That's exactly what they want from her. Remember in that Howard Payne game a couple of games ago, came in and immediately checked in, shot a logo 3.
And the Wildcat defense in full court pressure creates the turnover and a 10-second violation. Up and down we go. It's an 8-0 Wildcat run. They've cleared a 6-point deficit. They've got a 2-point lead. Thanks to Natalia Chavez, back-to-back threes. Run. They have their first lead here at 10-8, 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Andy Penny, Roman Raffelli, welcome you back inside Moody Coliseum. Roman, let's take a look at tonight's keys to the game.
Yeah, for the visitors, utilize their size and their length. We've seen a lot of that through the first little bit of play here. They've got a little bit of length and a little bit of an advantage in the size category here against the Wildcats. You got to use that, stick to it, and then have a high motor in transition. The Wildcats love to run, but they love to throw up 3s. If you can get a steal on the wings and run it down the court, that's going to lead to success. And for the Wildcats, make reads in shot selection. This is a team coached by Coach Goodenough who loves to throw up the 3. She often says, you know, I'm not going to bench you for shooting a bad 3, but I'm going to shoot you for not shooting a 3. That's exactly what they need to do here tonight. And then, you know, limit their second opportunities, second chances for the Vaqueros there. If they can control inside and on the boards, they're going to have a lot of success.
Natalia Chavez already with 2 threes off the bench tonight. Her second game with multiple triples. She's done it here in the first quarter. Foul call here on RGV. The call on Erin McGuire. RGV with 4 turnovers over the course of the last 4 minutes. Let's help spur this 8-0 ACU run. Trying to get Mays posted up. She'll get a touch here. Back to the basket. Squares up. Spin. Up and under. Strong up off the glass. Whistling a foul. And if that's O'Keefe, that's her second here early. That could loom big here for the Vaqueros as this one plays out.
And a great job by Mays there, fighting off the double team, working in on O'Keefe, and then draws her second foul of this one. That's a huge, huge foul early.
Lane Lord having a discussion with the official far side. Looks like O'Keefe's going to stay on the floor. Mays at the line, the junior, Bixby, Oklahoma. 12.5 points a game to start the year. And again, 80% from the field 2 games in, 12 for 15. It's a 2-for-2 trip. She'll get a breather as Emma Troxel is back on the floor. Seeing the depth of this Wildcat roster already. 13 on the roster with 7 returners and 6 newcomers. McGuire a look at a 3. It's off. O'Keefe has the offensive board. A foul on Troxel.
And that's a gift from Erin McGuire there. Don't expect her to miss that one much more often than she just did. Wildcats, just a bad defensive scheme there.
Troxel gives up some size there with O'Keefe. So O'Keefe again at 6'3". It's a 2-3 zone look. O'Keefe on the backside. Got behind the back line of the defense. An easy finish. Good look on the assist by Brown. Peyton Hall trying to get going offensively. Woodson with a step, too strong on the glass. Had a step on Lorenz but couldn't finish. Here's a chance to run in transition. As Brown collects, she's fouled, and free throws for the Vaqueros.
Yeah, we just started talking about it. Run in transition, the Vaqueros doing it exactly that there in this Ingram-Hull matchup. I can't emphasize enough. That's going to be a huge one here. Peyton Hull, spinning, trying to drive in different ways. Feels like Ingram's just a step ahead of her, knows where she's going. If they can lock down Peyton Hull and force the other mouths in this offense to eat, that's a really good recipe for UTRGV.
It's a quick breather for Meredith Mays. She's right back on the floor. Is Julie good enough to not like the defensive alignments? Meredith right back in. It's Ivy Brown at the line, the 6-foot junior from New Zealand. Transfer from Florida Southwestern State. Spent 2 seasons there on the junior college level. 10.5 points a game last year as a sophomore. She's 1 for 2 at the line. Bree Davis back in here for Jasmine Stone.
And a big opportunity here for Bree Davis. Got sped up in the early goings. Went to the bench, now an opportunity to come in. Fresh start, run the point, get this ACU offense in a good spot.
Woodson squares it up. Well strong on a 3. Rush that one in the shot clock. Goes a little strong. O'Keefe will now come out with those 2 fouls. Keep an eye on that. She comes out at the 2:11 mark in the first. ACU a 2-point lead. Riley Whitehair back in, the 6'2 freshman. Offense been hard to come by, really, for both teams here in this quarter. That's kudos to both defenses. Skip pass, McGuire with a step. The floater from 5. Mays cleans it up again. And foul in transition. Ingram with the foul.
And a big physical play here. I don't know that you want to be throwing fade balls to your star player down the sideline, but they get the foul drawn on Ingram. Maybe that'll get by Peyton Hull a little bit of space, now working inside.
Mays over to Woodson, right corner. Meredith, an offensive rebound. See if Meredith gets a touch on the post. Woodson a drive into the far corner. Troxel a 3.
And a fantastic find there from Aaron Woodson. Fallen pass towards the hoop, just whips it around. A great assist on a great shot.
Part of the scouting report said the opposite post, the opposite corner would be open with the over-rotation help defense. And there was a kick, Woodson to Troxel in that opposite corner. McGuire with a screen. Brown a look. Deep triple. Bounces out. Whitehair, an offensive rebound. Blocked out of her hands by Mays. 2-on-2. Davis, a hesitation. Up and under, blocked. And a chance for the Vaqueros to run. Ingram, big step through. Whistle and a jump ball. Possession here to the Wildcats.
And how about Meredith Mays getting back, getting in the paint to contest that one and force the jump ball. Not a great look here from Bree Davis, but also a fantastic defensive play by Aaron McGuire there. A lot of this game is going to be won or lost in transition.
About a 6-second difference here, game clock and shot clock. See if the Wildcats milk this down below 10 before they get active. Mays over to Davis, wide open right wing. There's Meredith on the board, missed the putback. And now a pass off the side of the backboard right into the hands of Aaron Woodson. That's a thank you very much.
I can't say that I've ever seen that, but props to Aaron Woodson being there, being ready to make the shot and get a bucket up.
UTRGV hot out of the chutes, had an early 6-point lead. ACU ends the quarter on a 15-3 run. Wildcats will take a 6-point lead with them after 10 minutes of play. Wildcats a 17-11 lead. Wildcats a 6-point lead on UTRGV as we get ready to start the second quarter. Andy Penny, Roman Raffelli, Madison O'Shields courtside for us tonight here for game number 3. There's a look at Lane Lord, the head coach of the Vaqueros, his 8th season. He became the winningest head coach in Utrgv history last week with the win versus St. Mary's. He's done a great job in his 8 seasons down there. He is closing in on 400 wins in his career, 395. Time at Pittsburgh State, Barton Community College, and of course Utrgv. He's one of the good ones in the business there at Lane Lord.
Yeah, congrats to Coach Lord. He had to wait an awful long time to finally get the record. I mean, he couldn't win one more game in this spring, get it clinched there, and then move on. Had that one marked on the calendar all summer, I'm sure.
Yeah, they forced him to wait all the way from March to November. Had to think about it for a long time. He probably got to pick what he wanted for the celebratory dinner once he got the win. He had a long time to think about that. So, neither team shot it very well in the first quarter. RGV at 36%, ACU at 33%. Riley Groman, the freshman, will pull on her first offensive set. An offensive rebound for Bree Davis. O'Keefe is back in here with 2 fouls. We'll keep an eye on that. Troxel with space, a 3 right side. That's her second triple.
Great find, great shot again from Emma Troxel there. Just always shot ready.
Emma's now up to 8. Chavez with 6 off the bench. Mays with 4. Woodson with 2. O'Keefe leads the way with 5 for RGV. That included a 3-pointer. McGuire hit a 3 on the opening possession first quarter. Hasn't scored since. 5 on the clock for Lorenz. Hull right in her hip pocket. It's still loose. The shot clock reset. Either way, the Wildcats had the possession. And a kick ball, that'll reset the shot clock. Be interested to see here if Julie Goodenough in the game plan says, let's go at O'Keefe with 2 fouls.
Yeah, you got to imagine with the aggressiveness of that staff, a lot of times with Coach Goodenough, Yannick Denson, Chris Garcia as well, they just love to kind of exploit those kinds of things. Be really interesting to see how they approach that.
It's Troxel in the short corner on the right baseline. Now Meredith the touch versus O'Keefe. Whistle and a shuffle of the feet and a travel.
And they tried to go right at her there. Great defense, not able to really back her down was Meredith Mays, and take a look at it here.
I think she got caught up underneath the glass a little bit. Tried to reset, just shuffled the feet.
And that's a big win if you're Charlotte O'Keefe.
It's turnover just number 3 for ACU. Already 9 turnovers by the Vaqueros. See if Ingram can get going offensively. She'll get the dime here. Great assist to Detter. Chaslyn Detter's off to a nice start. Her freshman campaign, the 6'1", a freshman out of Killeen, 7 points a game. Very athletic for a post. She can put it on the floor. Hull short on this 3. Bodies on the floor, and this possession will go the way of ACU. The Vaqueros had it to start the quarter. ACU with the possession.
Another great hustle play there from Meredith Mays. She forced the other jump ball that went in favor of the Wildcats. Really just doing it all here. It hasn't been a pretty early going for this Wildcat team, but they're scratching through it, figuring it out, and still leading by 7.
Troxel up and under. Rolls out. And possession to RGV. This by far, when you look at the schedule, the most competitive opponent for both squads. Of course, RGV with St. Mary's and Arlington Baptist to start. As another tie-up. Possession will go to RGV, but there's only 20 on the shot clock. It's a 10-second violation. So 10-second violation prior to the jump ball. And another turnover, number 10, forced by this ACU defense.
And it felt like they had whistled for the jump ball already, but Coach Goodenough on the ACU side was jumping up and down saying it was 10, and then head ref comes in and signals as such a huge play there for the ACU defense.
Hune has checked back in for RGV. Hull works on Ingram, gets downhill, challenges O'Keefe and gets it to go. WAC preseason player of the year, her first 2 tonight. Ingram tries to answer. Here's a reach and a foul.
And refs are letting them play through quite a bit of contact here. It's been especially physical between Ingram and Hull as we take another look at it. Ingram finally finding a way, using that lower screen from Meredith Mays to get to the rack and get some separation from Ingram, but she's been tight on her.
Foul called on Hull. That's her first. No major foul trouble. Check that. That is her second. She's the first player with 2. Deader back-to-back buckets. Trying to keep the Vaqueros in this thing. ACU's led by as many as 9. Hull short on this 3. And now whistle on the floor, and that might be O'Keefe in her third. Mays had inside position, and it is. That's on O'Keefe. That's her third. We might not see her the rest of the first half.
Yeah, that's huge for this Wildcat team. Now they really have to attack inside. I know this team loves to shoot up the threes, but go inside, work in, out if they're going to really commit to stopping Meredith Mays inside the paint. Otherwise, let Meredith Mays do her thing.
They'll leave O'Keefe in with 3 fouls. Whistle, contact, travel call. So Lane Lord's going to roll the dice. O'Keefe with 3. Almost have to. Just, I think everything works through her, the cornerstone, offensively. 2 double-doubles on the year, averaging 12 points and 14.5 rebounds in the first 2. She'll get a touch in the paint here. Oh, almost a charge, but the officials let that play through.
And you can't blame Bree Davis for trying to get a charge put down there. You imagine you get a 4th on her in this half. That really tilts it in favor of the Wildcats.
She's got 7 of the 17. Woodson into the paint, kick into the corner. 10 on the clock for Groman. Troxel a step back. Trying again with the high-low. That was not a great lob pass. Easy deflection for Troxel into the hands of Woodson. Let's stay with the Wildcats on the baseline.
And a great physical play there. Emma Troxel just recognizing what they're trying to do. Got the Vaquero on her back hip, and then just from there really just used the leverage, batted it away, and waited for a teammate to come scoop it up.
Hull and Stone back in. A quick breather for Peyton with the 2 fouls, but Julie good enough wants the offense on the floor. Stone a 3 in the corner, left it short. Everything feels a little forced tonight. The length of RGV is certainly playing a factor defensively.
Yeah, Wildcats look uncomfortable on the home court. Coach Goodenough's going to need to figure out something to throw a wrinkle in and get this team back to how they need to play.
McGuire a 3. It is an air ball, saved in, but right to Woodson. Hull in transition. An 0 for 4 start now from 3. Into the corner, Hune in transition. She'll hit that 3. Hune her first triple. Julie Goodenough wants a timeout as RGV has trimmed it down to a 2-point deficit. They're on a 7-0 run. ACU has a 2-point lead halfway through the second tonight here in Abilene. Vaqueros on a 7-0 run. They're back within 2, 22-20 halfway through the second quarter. Hey, let's go courtside. Let's visit with Madison O'Shields. Hey, Madison.
Hey, Andy, thanks. ACU freshman guard Riley Groman is a big country native and joins the Wildcats this year from Jin Ned High School in Tuscola, Texas. The 3-time District 6 3A MVP holds the Lady Indian program record for points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Number 21 in white is just one of the many talented players here in this ACU freshman class. Thanks, Andy. Back to you.
Yeah, no doubt, Madison. She is one that this ACU fan base has been familiar with over the course of the last few years. Of course, just 15 miles down the road at Tuscola. 138-10 was Jim Ned's record in her 4 years in high school. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's a fantastic thing, not only because you know the skills you're going to get and the talents you're going to get, but just knowing how to win and be in a winning environment is such a key piece of building a program like Coach Goodenough wants.
Mays a touch on the inside on a pick and roll. She'll go up strong. She'll draw the foul. As Lane Lord has decided to give Charlotte O'Keefe a breather with those 3 personals and puts it on the inside. It's Elise Horn, the 6'2 freshman, her first appearance. The Wildcats immediately go to the inside. Meredith back to the line. Mays is a fun one to watch. Always a smile on the face of Meredith Mays. Just keep watching. You'll see it. 6'3 junior, Bixby, Oklahoma. A 1-for-2 trip. Vaquero's starting to find some offense. Transition threes and the high-low offense in the half court. Who's the scorer in this 5? That's the question. Extra pass, Ingram. Nice hesitation, change of directions. Hits the jumper from 8 feet out.
A fantastic sequence there. If it's me, I am looking at Ingram to be the scorer in this set. She doesn't have Peyton Hull on the floor guarding her. Instead, it's the freshman Molly Doherty.
Doherty a 3. It comes up empty. Yeah, Ingram, the JUCO transfer, McLennan Community College there in Waco. 5'9 junior. Let's see here. The missed shot by Doherty. Julie Goodenough's been high on the twin sisters, Molly Doherty, Emma Doherty. Said both of them came to her this week, said, man, the speed of the college game is a whole lot different than out in Summerville, South Carolina.
Well, that's just a non-conference play early in the season. Wait till you get into the WAC-tion. Man, they're in for a treat.
Vaqueros look for their first lead since 8-6. Ingram, back-to-back trips. Rim unkind. Chavez running the floor, Groman the assist.
And fantastic work in transition there. A great pass out in front to Groman, and then Groman just slings it on into the paint for Chavez in motion. That's exactly how this offense needs to operate right now.
And Tolly playing big tonight, already 8 points. She and Troxel with 8 apiece. Ingram, pull from 3. And Mays on her way to a double-double, already rebound number 8. Yeah, just don't have the scoring threats right now, but the Vaqueros on the floor. Groban works on Hune, 8 on the clock. Chavez looks for a third 3 tonight. A little strong that time. New 20 on the shot clock. Hune touched it last.
Now take another look at it here. A fantastic angle just right inside to the rack. Goes Natalia Chavez. That's a fantastic find and exactly just how the team needs to go. If the threes aren't going down, not getting as much from Peyton Hull as you might expect, just find other sources of offense, especially with UTRGV not in a scoring lineup so far.
McGuire and Detter back in for RGV. Detter's been a good scoring threat thus far. Woodson down the baseline, beats the defense. Beat Lorenz down the baseline. The help defense was slow. Aaron Woodson, the junior, the transfer from Purdue Fort Wayne. Second year as a Wildcat.
And Woodson a little bit outsized by Lorenz there inside, but nice in there, makes a nice step to get some leverage and then throws it up there.
And now Mays a steal. Detter will let her go and Meredith will finish. What a first half from the junior. 7 points, 8 rebounds. It's a 6-0 run just when RGV had a chance to take the lead. And a reach here by Davis. Take a look again, Meredith Mays. This is defense to offense. This is almost extra credit for Julie Goodenough. You anticipate Meredith to block shots, to low post play offensively. When you're getting steals and layups, that's extra credit. That's cherry on top.
And a lot of times, in the job market, you want to hire someone who can do a job start to finish. That's what Meredith Mays did right there. Got the defense, got the steal, ran it down, and laid it up.
Shuffle of the feet here, Brown. Turnover number 13 here in the first half. Lane Lord looking at Ivy Brown saying, shoot it. You had space, just square it up and fire.
Early on in this one, it felt like the Vaqueros really came in with the ACU mindset of forcing pressure, forcing turnovers, really dictating the game. But lately, that's shifted more in favor of the home team. A big example right there.
Take a look, just extra opportunities for the Wildcats. It came in plus 20.5 in the turnover category. Plus 10 here in the first half, so right on pace to keep that turnover margin. This feels like a big minute 15. As Mays is fouled on the inside with Detter.
And Wildcats just going to find anyone they can to get in foul trouble inside, trying to get it to Mays, and if they foul her, they foul her.
That is her first team third.
Still not in the bonus here in the quarter. These officials are letting them play tonight. I like it. Chavez with space. Davis fighting strong in a jump ball.
And that's a physical play there. You said letting them play. I fear that the problem with that sometimes, because I'm all for physical basketball. It's tough, it's competitive. The problem with that is eventually it gets to a point where it's a bit unsafe, and then you have, a breaking point, if you will, where a truly bad play happens.
Possession with the jump ball goes to RGV. Under a minute we go, first half. ACU with 33 shots here in the first half. RGV with just 19. That kind of tells you the discrepancy in turnovers. 5 on the clock for Ingram. Out to Hune in the corner. This one's strong. 4-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Julie good enough saying, let's milk this thing down to the final seconds. Davis will dribble it down. 10 on the clock. Entry pass, great job there in the help defense. McGuire gets a hand on it, knocks it out. Still 6 on the clock.
An opportunity here. Maybe the Wildcats work it inside the Maze, kick it out, throw up a 3. Chance to cash one in right before the half.
Woodson downhill with a step. And it's back to the largest lead of the first half. ACU, the final 8 of the half. They'll take a 9-point lead with them to the halftime break. The 8-0 run over the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds. A scoring drought for Utrgv of just shy of 4 minutes in that first half. Natalia Chavez had 8. Emma Troxel also with 8. Meredith Mays, 7 points, 9 rebounds. Julie Goodenough is courtside with Madison O'Shields. Madison, it's all yours.
Hey, Coach, a lot of turnovers here in this first half. What needs to be cleaned up going into the second?
Yeah, not turn the ball over, and the biggest deficiency for us right now is picking up in transition. We're just not doing a good job of that, not communicating defensively. I think our half-court defense has been good, but just picking up in transition, we've got to, have more urgency with that.
What's going to be the message for your girls going into the locker room?
Yeah, I think just defensive transition and then just settle down and knock shots down. I think we're reading the defense pretty well, and we're kicking out to shooters. Everything's kind of long right now, which tells me we're not really shot ready. So we just need to be shot ready and have some finesse on our shots.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Madison. 31-22. ACU a 9-point lead here at the halftime break. We'll get to the first half stats and more here during the halftime. It's WAC basketball on ESPN+. Hey, back in Abilene, the halftime break. ACU a 9-point lead at 31-22. Ended the half on an 8-0 run to build their largest lead of the first half at 31-22. As we welcome you back inside, Andy Penny, Roman Raffelli. Roman, you look at the stat sheet. Utrgv is 10% higher field goal percentage. So what's the difference? Well, ACU's taken 14 more shots. They've forced 9 more turnovers. We knew it'd be a defensive battle tonight, and thus far, ACU holding Utrgv to just 22 points.
Yeah, and that's a great stat for them in that first half. Not as much success from behind the three-point line as Coach Goodenough would probably like, but they didn't play super clean half, still have a lead, now an opportunity to go, maybe find some more high-quality shots, take them maybe a few less, and ultimately try to get more threes up.
And Charlotte O'Keefe with foul trouble for RGV. She's the leading scorer with 7, but 3 fouls there in the first half. As we look at our first half stats for these two teams, some of this already mentioned. Again, RGV shooting 45% compared to ACU at 35, but more field goal attempts, more turnovers forced by the Wildcats, and that really the tail of the tape. Again, O'Keefe with 7 points to lead the way. It was a quiet first half for Ingram. Troxel doing her thing. Meredith Mays on her way to a double-double. Good balance for the Wildcats. Natalia Chavez, a nice first half, too.
Yeah, Chavez great for the Wildcats off the bench. Emma Troxel, you always know what you're going to get from her. But Jalea Ingram there, a quiet half, but really tremendous work defensively on Peyton Hull. She's limited her impact, and that's the conference preseason player of the year for this Wildcat team. That's who they want to run through. They've got other mouths to feed, and they're able to be successful elsewhere, which really shows the depth and the position this program is in. But Ingram, maybe not much of a scoring threat here tonight, but her role needs to be more so defensively than that.
She just with the 2 points, but again, 7 for O'Keefe in that first half as well. And Erin Woodson had 6 points in the half. Peyton Hull just 2 points and 1 of 6 shooting. That's kind of the nice thing. You still have that in your back pocket. Peyton Hull going to get hot here in the second half. We look at the highlights from the first half. RGV started hot from the three-point line as Erin McGuire hits this 3 in the corner. They had an early 8-2 lead, their largest lead at 6 in the early going. We mentioned Chavez, who came off the bench. Great first half for Natalia.
Yeah, Coach Goodenough mentioned against the Howard Payne game last week, she saw her girls have a bit of a slow start, something they wanted to correct, and she said, we're not going to do that again. A little bit of a slow start here tonight. The Vaqueros really came out the gates aggressive, shot ready, and just in an excellent spot. But as the game went on in that first half, the Wildcats really built it back, started to play their game, and really had the leverage moving into halftime here. Now an opportunity to adjust, as Coach Goodenough told Madison down on the baseline. But a good spot to be. You don't play your best half, you still have a 9-point lead. That shows winning basketball.
And there's the highlight of the first half. Again, Meredith Mays almost with a double-double. 7 points, 9 rebounds for the junior there in the first half. 31-22 ACU, a 9-point spread here at the halftime break. Second half's coming up on the other side. WAC basketball on a Tuesday night here on ESPN+. Getting ready to start the second half. ACU has a 31-22 lead. Roman, some halftime adjustments for each of these teams. The halftime break. What these two teams talk about at the halftime break?
Yeah, not a lot that these teams really had to go searching for. It's right in front of them here for UTRGV. You got to stop turning the ball over, but you got to find your star player. O'Keefe got into some foul trouble. They had to pull her out for the majority of that second quarter, but some smarter passing will really limit those turnovers and prevent the Wildcats from getting out in space and even throwing up some transition threes. And for the Wildcats, you got to keep forcing those turnovers. Clog the passing lanes, ramp up the pressure, put them late in the shot clock, but then the offense also needs to step up. The offense steps up. It makes it easier to have a late shot clock, really put the pressure on defensively. You can clamp them down on one end, you got to score on the other. Our
halftime adjustments for both UTRGV and for ACU. We are just moments away from the second half getting underway. ACU will start the second 20 minutes with a 9-point lead, 31-22 Wildcats. Second half on the other side, ESPN+. You can see the Wildcats getting ready to come out on the floor. A 9-point lead, 31-22. Andy Penny alongside Roman Raffelli. Roman, UTRGV with just 20 shot attempts in the first 20 minutes. That tells you the length they're having to go into the shot clock to generate offense. And then also the turnovers forced by ACU again. 13 turnovers by RGV in that first half. Shots were just hard to come by. ACU will get the first touch here in the second half. Wildcats just 4 for 18 from 3 there in the first half. Woodson pass deflected. Mays will run it down. 10 on the shot clock. Ingram a pick of the pocket. O'Keefe needed some help, couldn't find it. Woodson gets it back.
A lot of messy basketball out of the break here.
It's 2 teams trade turnovers. Lob pass Mays, whistle and a foul here on McGuire. Help defense. Trying to keep O'Keefe off of Mays, it looks like. Ivory Brown had the defensive assignment. McGuire came over in the help defense. And Mays back to the line after the McGuire foul. And the junior now from Bixby, Oklahoma. Really came along last year, the second team All-WAC a year ago. This year on the preseason All-WAC first team. She and Peyton Hall both. 2 of the 5 right here at ACU. Chloe Lemon, Jacoria Long, Amanda Barcelo. California Baptist, Tarleton, and Utah Valley respectively joined them on that first team. Here's a turnaround for McGuire, left it short. This is the largest lead of the night for ACU. Peyton in transition, a 3 right side. Give Bree Davis a lot of credit right there to find your shooter, trying to get her in a rhythm. Davis the assist, Hull the 3. Lane Lord and UTRGV the timeout. We'll take it as well. The Wildcats, their largest lead. It's a 13-0 run dating back to the first half. 36-22, early second half. It's a 5-0 run to start the second half, a 36-22 ACU lead. Hey, let's go courtside. Madison O'Shields with more. Hey, Madison.
Thanks, Sandy. Hey, senior forward Charlotte O'Keefe is currently 8th in the nation among active rebounding leaders with 837 career rebounds, including 29 so far this season. She entered year 4 at UTRGV with 808 rebounds on her belt, averaging just over 9 rebounds per game for her career. If she keeps this pace, she'll reach her 1,000th rebound in approximately 21 games. Thanks, Sandy. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks. The all-time leading rebounder already in UTRGV history, Charlotte O'Keefe. Another turnover here, a 5-second violation. Julie Goodenough ramping up the defense even more, going full court pressure, even the 14-point lead.
Yeah, I love that out of the break there. Don't let this Vaqueros team even try to settle in this third quarter. It's been all ACU so far, and they're looking to continue that.
Hull with a 3 last trip in transition. Mays opposite wing, Woodson. You heard Julie Goodenough say there at halftime, she said every shot feels long, which means we're not shot ready. They're just not in a rhythm to catch and fire. And that one just long off the back of the rim. There's been a downside the early season. It's been the 3-point shooting. As Ingram downhill will draw a foul here on Mays, and free throws for the Vaqueros.
And not a great foul there from Meredith Mays. It was going to be a tough shot no matter what. She just kind of ran herself into a bad spot, but then Meredith Mays bails her out with the foul, and I mean, a pretty ugly one there, but Ingram getting to the line.
Again, Jalea Ingram, the 5'9" junior, the transfer McLennan Community College. Gets the first one to go. She had my type of double-double the other night in the game versus Arlington Baptist. 15 points, 10 assists.
Just love someone who can spread the ball, facilitate.
Man, that's John Stockton-like right there. Flashback to the 90s. That was my guy, by the way.
And I hear you've got some McLennan connections there to Jalea Ingram as well.
Spent a year on the campus of McLennan Community College. That also back in the 90s. 2-for-2 trip for Ingram. Chaslyn Detter quickly off the bench here second half. I thought she played really well there in the first half. Detter 2-for-2. Here's a steal, O'Keefe. And missed the layup, no good. Jordan Coleman in for the first time, gets a defensive rebound. And now Hull in transition the opposite way.
You know, you can be quick to criticize Bree Davis for that turnover on what led to the breakaway, but she got back, she hustled, she forced the pressure, and then she found Peyton Hull. Nearly a full court pass there, a great find and great making up for the mistake.
And now Coleman a block of Detter. Coleman the transfer, the 6'2" junior. Troxel in transition, missed the first, not the second. And this thing snowballing in a hurry here early second half.
Yeah, Wildcats in full control here, adding the pressure as well.
Hull forces a jump ball. Possession will stay with RGV. With Jordan Coleman making her presence known already. She wears number 23, the 6'2" junior, the junior college transfer from Triton College. There's a foul here on Davis. Jordan Coleman, 2 years at Triton Junior College, 63 games played, 44 double-doubles in 63 games. She'll be a force to be reckoned with. She's one that's just making the transition JUCO to Division I, but she'll have quality minutes by the time this season's done. There's another defensive rebound. She'll clean it up on the inside.
And you see it there. She loses a couple inches to Charlotte O'Keefe, but just goes up and gets that. A lot of raw talent there. Coach Goodenough in this program really looking to refine that and make her a key piece to their success.
Hall misses that one front rim. Troxel in double figures. She's with 10. She's the only player either side to get to double figures thus far. Downhill, Ingram fouled again. More free throws for the junior. I believe this one on Aaron Woodson, and it is.
Yeah, nice drive, nice find there to force either a really nice block shot by Woodson or get the foul call. The latter happens, and now a chance for the Vaqueros to get on the board.
At the line, number 10,
RGV again in the Southland Conference. One of only 2 remaining undefeated teams in the Southland. They're at 2-0. Stephen F. Austin is also 2-0. ACU will be in Nacogdoches on Friday. It's a nice thing about this Southland Conference. A lot of Texas teams, and for ACU, it's pretty easy to fill the non-conference portion of the schedule. And that'll be a good one on Friday, ACU and Stephen F. Austin.
And it's a doubleheader in Nacogdoches.
Yep.
The men's team and the women's team from Abilene Christian taking the trip over. It should be a fantastic evening of basketball all around.
So Ingram adds to her point total from the line again. ACU is extended out to a 15-point advantage. Coleman on the right block, mismatch, too strong though. She had a mismatch with McGuire. She's too strong off the glass.
And credit McGuire forcing Coleman to be uncomfortable despite being, pretty significantly outmatched in the size category.
Lorenz back in, a bounce past O'Keefe, blocked. They're knocked away. Troxel. Hull 3, left side, too strong again. Nice catch on the inside. Detter finishes right side of the glass.
And fantastic little power dribble under the hoop there. Switched the sides, got to the strong hand, and then just cleared up her space.
The scouting report was very high on Chaslyn Detter. Very athletic for a post. She can put it on the floor. She's got good handles. She catches well. She's showing it off. There's Woodson, a 3, right side.
Now Woodson, a quiet, really solid game so far here tonight. Nice shot there as well.
And turnover now number 17 for UTRGV. Riley Groman, Jasmine Stone back in. See Madison Kuhn also in for RGV. Seen that combination of Stone and Groman check in multiple times. O'Keefe, the deflection, it's out of bounds, will stay with the Wildcats. We're halfway through the third quarter. ACU has taken full control of this one. A 9-point lead at halftime is up to 16 for the Wildcats halfway through the third. Halfway through the third quarter, ACU a 16-point lead here at 43-27. Roman, we look at the WAC preseason standings. The Wildcats were the favorite in the preseason here in the WAC. You can see that over CBU, UTA, down the list. 5 teams in the WAC still remain undefeated one weekend.
Yeah, much different landscape this year with Grand Canyon and Seattle U leaving the WAC, but it was just a 1-point victory in the preseason poll for the Wildcats. You see Cal Baptist there with 31 points there. Man, that's a dangerous squad. Chloe Lemon sure to leave a sour taste in your mouth. She did so in Abilene last year.
She is a good one. She's part of that preseason all-WAC team. Of course, Grand Canyon won it last year, but they have moved on. It'll be a fun run. We'll get a lot of those 7 teams as Groman will finish right side. You're talking about once we flip the calendar to January, there are only 6 teams remaining on the schedule for ACU the rest of the way. Triple round robin plus the WAC tournament. Just 6 teams the last 18 to 20 games. Mays will get a block here. Groman in transition again. Oh, board for Stone. And O'Keefe with the steal. Outlet to Ingram by herself. Boy, look at the speed and the handles. Missed the shot. Bodies on the floor here. We'll have a jump ball. Julie good enough trying to get a timeout call, but can't get it. Possession does face ACU. The block and the rebound for Meredith Mays here will give her 10 on the stat sheet. Rebound what?
Yeah, great block there. Just read the eyes, didn't really fall for the pump fake, and then as soon as she went back up, was able to get the paw in there.
Roman, we were talking during the break. ACU is just 6 of 23 from 3 and have an 18-point lead. That's their MO, is the three-point shot. When that thing gets rolling, which it will, this team has a chance to be lethal.
And I think the number for Coach Goodenough is attempting 25 a game, and that's just where she is. You know, you throw a bunch of darts up on the board, eventually something's going to hit the bullseye. It's a similar approach here, but it's obviously, you know, we want to take the good ones. We want to run the system and find the shots, not just, you know, spray and pray, if you will. But yeah, when they're not able to hit those threes and they're still able to have a lead over a really good opponent in the Vaqueros here, that's a great sign, especially, you know, early November.
It's been all defense tonight. Now 18 turnovers for RGV. Hune a 3, left corner, got it to go. That'll stop the bleeding for a second. Hune her second 3 tonight. RGV has shot the 3 well on their side, 4 of 11. Stone to the glass, will shoot free throws.
And nice job just driving there, got some high screen help from Meredith Mays, found it the right side, and then just, you know, accepted a physical play. Taking a look back at the Vaqueros, that's a really nice dish and a really nice shot dropped.
Hune, the 5'9" junior, the transfer from Miami of Ohio. Jasmine Stone at the line. She's the transfer as well from the College of Charleston. First year here for the Wildcats. Her family and Yannick Denson's family with relationship. That's what led to the open door and conversation for Jasmine to get here to Abilene. Battled through some injuries, but had a nice end to her last year at College of Charleston last year. As McGuire will lose the dribble, frustrated with herself down the baseline.
Just a tough night for Erin McGuire here. Used to having some pretty good success with this ball club and really just, you know, facilitating the point, but the Wildcats have disrupted her and just made her really uncomfortable.
Natalia Chavez has checked back in. Great first half for Chavez. Balanced scoring tonight for ACU. Troxel with 10, Woodson with 9. 9 as well for Mays. Put Chavez in double figures, her third triple tonight. She's got 12.
And a fantastic source of the threes there. She's got half of the Wildcats' three-point buckets.
Make that 11 on her third 3. But now the leading scorer. And the lead has swelled to 18. Ingram, boy, that's been her shot tonight. A little pull-up jumper from 10 feet out.
That's just a fantastic shot there. Very, you know, rhythm kind of shot there. Just finds her way into the mid-range and able to get up and knock it down.
She's got 7 now. She and O'Keefe lead the way, 7 apiece. Charlotte's been quiet though, second half, has not scored. Nice little pick and roll. Mays, a double-double. Another assist, Bree Davis.
And Meredith Mays just dancing her way on in, a step to the right, a step to the left, and then lays it up. Just a fantastic sequence there.
And now the last 2 possessions, new Wildcats have entered the double-figure category. Chavez 11, Mays 11. Ingram, another pull-up jumper from 10.
Yeah, that mid-range is lethal. That's a fantastic shot. Wildcats got to start stopping that one.
RGV is going to be just fine moving forward with Jalea Ingram running the point. Chavez, her 4th. You betcha. Natalia closing in on a career high. She's got 14.
Fantastic source off the bench. That Incarnate Word game, the Wildcats had just 4 points outside of their 4 key starters. Obviously not the case tonight.
Give her another one, left corner, got it again! And she's tied her career high with 17. Natalia Chavez, hot as a rocket. The lead's at 22.
Give it to the hot hand. I mean, Natalia Chavez off the bench, just letting them go, and a confident shot there. Very out of system, messy, coming down the floor. She found her way to the corner, was shot ready, got it, threw it right back up. No hesitation. Just a fantastic way to really put the Wildcats in a big lead position. Taking a look at it there, man, what a shot.
Guess she's tied her career high now. She did that versus Nelson University last year, December of 2024. And on a night when the three-point shot for the rest of the team has not been great, Natalia Chavez, 5 of 8 from deep.
I mean, she's got almost as many attempts as the team has shots made. A fantastic night for Natalia Chavez.
And again, you're seeing the depth of this ACU offense. The lead at 22, and some soft pressure applied in the backcourt. Ingram will break it, find O'Keefe. Kuhn looks for her third three tonight, and she's got it left side. Good find by McGuire.
I think that was the most flawless possession we've seen from the Vaqueros offensively. Good ball movement, really making this ACU defense scramble around and cover their bases, and then they just found the open girl in the corner, and she knocked it down.
ACU will milk clock again, about a 5-second difference. Skip pass, Hull, shot fake. 5 on the clock for Davis. She'll pull from 3. O'Keefe at the half-court line. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. ACU with 25 points in quarter number 3. Natalia Chavez with 9 of them. The lead has swelled to 19. 3 quarters down, 1 to go. WAC basketball in Abilene.
The support we received from
3 quarters down, 1 to go. ACU a 19-point lead here at 56-37. 3 in double figures now. Emma Troxel 10, Meredith Mays a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds. Natalia Chavez has 17. Here's a look at UTRGV's upcoming schedule. There's some heavy hitters on there. Houston coming to Edinburgh. And look at December 10th, the Texas Longhorns coming to Edinburgh. What a great schedule coming up for UTRGV.
Yeah, there's nothing I love more in college athletics right now than seeing these mid-majors go at the big Power 4 programs there. Maybe you bite off a little bit more than you can chew, but hey, maybe you have an incredible upset on your hands.
Well, RGV beat Houston at Houston last year, so Houston making the return trip there to Edinburgh. Texas making the trip to Edinburgh. That'll be fun. Of course, UTRGV part of the University of Texas system, and the Longhorns, they did it in baseball to Edinburgh a year ago, and they'll do it in women's basketball. And I tell you, Lane Lord said he was excited for the opportunities to hashtag Rally the Valley. That's the hashtag being used by RGV Athletics these days. And they were excited. Of course, Texas, as you saw, ranked in the top 5. Houston will come, and again, RGV beat Houston a year ago. So.
And in there's TCU. They're a ranked program as well. That's a great slate for the Vaqueros at home.
Yeah, they'll be on the road for that one. Here's a shot. It's up and good. Ingram getting the hot hand. She's in double figures. The first Vaquero to get there. She's got 11.
Yeah, a little bit of a James Harden-like step back into the corner there and then just drained it. A great shot. She sure is getting hot here, but if the team can't pick her up, they're not going to climb out of this hole.
Groman over to Hull, looks for double figures. Rolls out again. Chance to run, outlet pass, Ingram ahead of the defense. Hull will challenge, and a foul, and free throws coming here for Ingram.
I didn't see it exactly there. It looked like a lot of ball on the block from Peyton Hull, but Probably got a little bit of the wrist there as well. And hey, good on Ingram for getting out in space. A great pass there as well. Really just making her presence known against this Wildcat team. If she can start to chip away at it, you know, look for Charlotte O'Keefe to come in, really try to break down the wall and get them back in this ballgame.
So there's a look again at that foul, just on the challenge. ACU at 41% now, 21 of 51. RGV was still a higher percentage, 47% from the field, but only 32 field goal attempts. We're 31 minutes deep, only 32 field goal attempts. Turnovers part of the story, 20 RGV turnovers. There's a foul back on the other side. Ingram fouls Hull.
And that's a testament to this ACU defense, how good they've been tonight. But here's the Vaqueros, you just got to start driving, you know, finding ways to get the shots up. You can't score if you don't shoot the ball. You know, it's that Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott bit. You know, you miss the shots you don't take, and they just need to start taking them.
Hull gets the three, top of the key. And Peyton into double figures. Her 50th time in a Wildcat uniform in just 55 games. Now in double figures with 10. She's the fourth Wildcat to get there. Skip past McGuire on the drive. Back to Ingram. Entry pass stolen by Groman. As Charlotte O'Keefe has not scored here in the second half. Just been a quiet second half. Foul trouble in the first, but nothing offensively here in the second. Davis downhill, a spin on McGuire, blocked by O'Keefe in the help defense. She'll look for a second three tonight, and got it. Charlotte O'Keefe. The announcer jinx, working the reverse way.
Yeah, you don't always expect your 6'3" forward to just knock them down, but that was a smooth shot. Nothing but net on that one.
2 for 2 from deep tonight. Second Vaquero in double figures. Hull recollects. McGuire turns and fires 5 feet out. I felt like all night McGuire's done a great job in dribble penetration, but she's been shy to pull, but she pulls there on second look.
And that being opened up with the, you know, added scoring from Ingram, she's really started to open this offense up for UTRGV, putting some pressure on the Wildcats now here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an ACU timeout.
Groman left side, left it short. ACU, it feels like struggling from three, but they still have 10 makes. As Hull, and now another foul here on Ingram. Still have 10 makes from three. Peyton, her fourth foul. She's the first Wildcat with 4. She'll check out with Bree Davis. Woodson and Stone back in. So again, a look at Jalea Ingram, 13 points. She's really come alive here in the second half. It might take a few games to kind of figure out the system. This is obviously the best competition that RGV has seen. Ingram's impressive. She will keep RGV in a lot of games from that point guard position.
And, you know, I'd really like to see, you know, for UTRGV, see Ingram and O'Keefe kind of run like a pick and roll on the inside. I think with O'Keefe's dominance inside, if they give it to her, just take it to the rack. And if not, Ingram, that pull-up jumper, that mid-range could be really good if you're stretching the defense in a really small span.
Emma Troxel extended breather. She'll fire her first trip here. Whistle and a foul on the floor. It's on RGV. I believe they caught Hune fighting for position.
Yeah, a bit of a grab on Riley Groman, who's really just had a great presence on the floor. She missed a 3 a moment ago, but just playing good defense, hustling around, being exactly what Coach Goodenough wants this ball club to have.
Vaquero's on a 6-0 run to pull back within 12. Backdoor cut to Woodson will stop that. Whistle and a foul, chance for a three-point play. Great look, Jasmine Stone.
Fouls on number 10.
And this Wildcat team loves the backdoor pass. A lot of times it's to Meredith Mays in the middle of the court, but hey, they'll go baseline to Aaron Woodson as well.
And Aaron with the bucket, the 5th Wildcat double figures. 5 in double figures with 61 points. That's balance. 13 assists on 23 field goals tonight for ACU2. That'll make a coach happy. O'Keefe back to the basket. Out to McGuire. Troxel up and under, and Detter got a hand on it and knocked it away. It's going to be a fun run, I think, in the Southland. 22 conference games for RGV. The double round robin schedule. As a matter of fact, their first conference game is that game versus Lamar on December 2nd. Stone blocks, whistle though, and a foul. It's McGuire the foul.
I gotta wonder if the Wildcats maybe want to get into conference play in
can
December.
we trade?
Triple round robin. I mean, those teams are gonna get to know each other in one way or another. You're really gonna find out, you know, kind of where that bad blood lies. We know it's Tarleton and ACU. That's the big one for these Cats, but it could really ramp up throughout the WAC.
RGV with the 22-game conference schedule. It's very unique. They play Lamar December 2nd and then again on February 12th, so more than 2 months between. They play Houston Christian twice in the same week. So a very snake of a schedule there in the Southland. Play Houston Christian on January 24th and then January 29th.
And if that doesn't describe college athletics right now, I don't know what does.
Detter goes strong on Troxel, too strong on the shot. Stone to Mays, too strong. Ingram goes tough, finishes, and a chance for a three-point play.
A physical play on one end, a physical play on the other. Jalea Ingram gets it to go. She's really gotten hot in this fourth quarter.
That is her 3rd foul, team 4th foul.
And Ingram up to now 16 to lead RGV. She was 16, O'Keefe with 10. Hune has 9 on 3 for 4 from deep. Mays another board and a foul here. I'll call this one on McGuire. And I think it's bonus situation the rest of the way for the Wildcats.
And that bodes well for the purple and white here. Now you can really try to get Meredith Mays inside the paint, get her going. She's either going to make the layup, she's going to attempt the layup and maybe get a second chance, or they're going to foul her and she gets free throws.
A team shooting at 72% here in the early season. ACU, they're right on that tonight, 8 of 11, 73%. ACU again hits the road here this weekend. Their first road test at SFA. They'll be in Denton middle of next week, North Texas.
And for the Wildcats, number 23, Jordan Coleman.
Mays a breather, Coleman back in. Back at home on December 2nd, so it'll be a few weeks before this group of Wildcats plays on the home floor again. Julie Goodenough made a comment, highly complimentary of ACU football when I talked to her today. She said, hey, we want to defend the home court just like ACU football defended the home field. Undefeated 5-0 home record this year. It's a jump ball here, Groman and Detter.
And going undefeated at home is a big calling card for Keith Patterson in that squad, something he wants every year.
Timeout on the floor, 4.5 to go. ACU in control, trying to move to 3-0. Under 5 left here in the fourth quarter. ACU trying to finish this out and move to 3-0. They've got a 17-point lead at 66-49. Hey, there's a look at Julie Goodenough. She and all of our crew as well want to say a happy Veterans Day today to all you veterans out there. Her dad, Conrad, who's in attendance tonight. He is a retired member of the Coast Guard. Also wanted to give a shout out to her future son-in-law, Seth. He is in the Air Force Special Ops, currently deployed in Africa. Seth and Julie's daughter, Macy, Julie and Rob's daughter, Macy, will get married next June. Seth will be in Africa until April. He and Macy will get married in June. I want to give him a shout out. Say happy Veterans Day all around the country and the world to all of you who protect our freedom here in the United States and worldwide. We appreciate all you do. This lead at 17, the largest it's been tonight is 19. Utrgv pulled within 1 late in the first half at 23-22. Wildcats win on an 8-0 run to finish the first half and have been in control ever since. Eight on the clock for Coleman, picked from behind. It leaves Groman wide open on the inside. McGuire went for the steal, it left Groman all alone.
And that's just a great find from Bree Davis there, really out of system, just nothing really happening at the top of the key there, but Groman sneaks out under, wide open and shot ready.
O'Keefe puts it on the floor, entry pass over the head of Detter. And that is turnover number 23. You know, Roman, as crazy as I don't know if sloppy is the right word, messy. ACU only 9 turnovers tonight.
Yeah, they do a good job controlling and taking care of the ball, even when, you know, they might not be playing their best. That's really just a baseline standard of this program. Is they might not be going, you might not be getting the shots you want, but you're not going to turn the ball over.
Woodson on the reverse pass. And too strong and out of bounds. Vaqueros with just, again, 38 shot attempts. We played 37 minutes, only 38 shot attempts. So ACU with 61 shot attempts, so plus 23 just from a shot attempt standpoint. RGV still shooting better percentage-wise at 47%, but missing out on opportunities to put it in the hole. O'Keefe down on the floor. Look at the hands everywhere. Hune with 3 on the shot clock. Desperation from Ingram. Buries it left corner. She's feeling it.
And they got all congested in that corner. She just turned around and handed it off. I guess we're playing football here and just threw it up, got it to go.
Get ready, fans in Edinburgh. You're going to really enjoy watching Jalea Ingram this year. Groman to try to answer. Left wing, it's Bottoms.
Well, hey, my turn with that bit here. Get ready, Abilene. You've got a good one in Riley Groman. Get ready to watch her all season long.
She's up to 7 tonight. Can she sneak into double figures? She'd be the 6th to get there. Natalia Chavez leads the way with 17. And a Woodson foul. And Julie Goodenough going to get some minutes here. Is feeling good, up 19 with 2 minutes left. Peyton Hull is back in. Molly Doherty, the 5'10 freshman. Amy Flippin, the 6'4 sophomore, will get out on the floor. Bonus situation for the Vaqueros, so Aaron McGuire to the line. Amy Flippin, a fan favorite, the sophomore from Glen Rose. She has been a Wildcat fan for a long, long time. I can remember her high school days. She was here at every ACU game when she was over at Glen Rose High School. 2 for 2 for McGuire. She's up to 6 tonight.
Coming in for the Vaqueros, number 34, Riley Whitehair.
Riley Whitehair back in here for the final few minutes. Solid performance tonight. It wasn't the cleanest of games, but when you play defense like this, ACU is going to win a lot of games.
And I think it's a great opportunity for the Wildcats in this early, non-conference schedule, because you have the games against the smaller programs that you're able to.
And Chavez, a new career high. How about 3-pointer number 6? She's got 20.
Well, perfectly on time. You've got the early conference, non-conference games where you can put up the points as Natalia Chavez puts up some more. And you also have the games where you're going to play a little bit messy. It's going to be physical and hard fought, but that's how you learn how to win those types of games. For when maybe you pull away here, you got a 20-point lead with just a couple minutes to go, but now you know how to win the close games when it's ugly.
Ingram a three, does not draw iron. Hune had the rebound, but stepping on the baseline. More subs for Julie Goodenough. We'll see Bree Riley, the 5'5" freshman. We'll also see Emma Doherty come in. A huge ovation for Natalia Chavez as she checks out. New career high with 20.
And the biggest smile and the biggest high five I've ever seen from Coach Julie Goodenough there. Ecstatic with her night from Natalia Chavez. And I mean, that's a great sign for this program this season.
Kayla Lorenz has checked back in. Sophia Zufelt will get on the floor here the final few minutes. 5'8" sophomore. Also Elizabeth Romer, 5'11" sophomore. She wears number 12 from Wichita, Kansas. Hall of three. Doherty fighting for the rebound. Good box out. And a foul call, I believe, here on Doherty. And we'll walk the floor, shoot free throws on the other end.
And that's an interesting whistle there. I mean, fighting for it. I think Doherty just kind of got out leveraged there and tried to maybe get around the defender in too physical of a manner, but she's forcing pressure just as a freshman. You know, we talked about, they came to coach and said, yeah, it's a quick speed, trying to figure that out, but looks pretty calm there.
Chance for Romer to get on the stat sheet. She'll miss the first. Getting a 5'11" sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. Second year in a orange and white uniform. And 1 for 2 trip. So again, Chavez with 20 tonight. Meredith Mays a double-double, 13 and 12. And on the stat sheet, Amy Flippin. And you can see the excitement from the Wildcat bench and the crowd behind us as well.
Yeah, great chemistry all up and down this ball club. Coach Goodenough wants to feel like a family there, and what's more than cheering on?
Romer a three, left side. Taking advantage of these final few minutes. ACU will move to 3-0 back on the floor on Friday at Stephen F. Austin. It's almost a full week off for Utrgv. They will be in San Marcos next Monday. Take on Texas State. Riley will dribble it down. A small discrepancy, game clock and shot clock. They'll take the shot clock violation. It's only turnover number 10 compared to 24 takeaways defensively. The final spread will be 18 as they'll get it inbounded. And the Wildcats finish off their homestand at 3-0. Your final score from Moody Coliseum: Abilene Christian 76 and UT Rio Grande Valley 58. ACU shoots 42% tonight, 27 of 65. RGV shoots 49%, 20 of 41. But 24 turnovers by the Vaqueros, just 10 for the Wildcats, and ACU with 12 three-pointers made on the night. 12 for 37, 32% from deep. They get the win again. 76-58, the final score. And 6 in double figures. Woodson with 12, Hall with 10, Mays 13, a double-double, 13 and 12. 10 for Troxel tonight. And Natalia Chavez with a career high 20 points.
And just a great showing from this ball club here tonight. You start 3 games in the non-conference at home. You want to win all 3 of those ball games. They did exactly that. That's good coaching, that's maturity, and that's just a great way to start your season. It's always a gut punch when you lose at home, but especially early in the year, they get 3. Now on the road, go get a couple, go be scrappy, go prove that you can win when you're not in the friendly confines. Opportunity now to really hit the ground running moving forward.
For UTRGV tonight, Jalea Ingram had 19 to lead all scorers. Charlotte O'Keefe into double figures with 10. But the story of the night tonight, Natalia Chavez, a new career high. She was 6 of 9 from 3, finished with 20 points. She is courtside with Madison O'Shields. Madison, it's all yours.
Natalia, a career high for you tonight, 20 points, also on 5 from deep. You had 2 threes coming off the bench in the first half, 4 threes in the second half. What was working for you tonight?
I just think my teammates were just helping me get open. That's the biggest thing. I wouldn't have scored all 20 points if they didn't see me on the court, and just coming out with confidence, that's really what it was.
How do you think your shooting performance impacted your team's momentum?
I think it impacted it a lot. It got us going and just pick it up a little bit. We were close with them in the beginning, but once I started shooting the ball, it kept going.
How will you carry your momentum into your game Friday versus SFA?
We know it's going to be a big game. As long as we stay together and play like we did tonight, it's going to be a good game.
Thank you. Congrats on the big win. Guys, back to you.
Great job, Madison. Thanks, and great job to Natalia Chavez. The depth of the Wildcats, we saw it tonight.
Yeah, it's a deep bench. It's a great program, moving in the right direction under coach. Good enough. Good things to come ahead, and just a fantastic showing to close out a nice homestand to start the season here tonight.
Again, you can see Chavez 6 of 9 from 3 tonight. Meredith Mays, a double-double, 13 points, 12 rebounds, and she only had 5 field goal attempts, but 7 of 8 from the line. Defensively, good all night long. Ingram got hot in the second half, but 24 turnovers forced by the AC Wildcats.
Yeah, that defense is spectacular. It turns into offense. They can play in transition. They can rain down those threes as always in true Wildcat fashion, and just a great showing. You play an old foe from the WAC days, the Southland Conference days. Just great opportunity, great victory, and now on to the next.
Roman, great job, man. We'll do it again down the road.
Absolutely.
76-58, our final from Moody Coliseum. ACU moves to 3-0. UTRGV falls to 2-1. Hey, this has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference here on ESPN. All games are airing live. They're streaming on the ESPN app. For the entire team, Roman Murfelli, Madison O'Shields, and the ACUTV crew led by Tyler Hatfield, I'm Andy Penny. Until next time, take care. Good night from Abilene.